What's up, gamer peoples? Just going to give you a quick introduction to Spellbreak, a couple of things that I've learned just from the few games that I've played. Shout out to Two Guys One Concept on Twitch who helped me figure out some of the basics. Alright, so I just loaded up into a practice here. In practice you can get your skill points and all that, so skill points, if you hold down B, you can use skill points to level up these classes. But a couple of the important things that you should know before you jump into your first game, right? So amulets give you extra mana, boots give you speed and invisibility every 10 seconds apparently. I don't know how to activate that yet, so I'll have to figure that out. So if you're not holding anything, you can still cast a basic spell. So if you are being chased right from the get-go, you're not defenseless as in other Battle Royale games. You can still throw some basic spells out. Give yourself some longevity. Hold tab if you're on PC. Look at your items, organize your inventory. So you can get more armor if you hold a belt. So basically a belt is very important because it lets you have more armor. If you can see at the top left of my screen, I've got my health and my armor. Currently my armor is at 0 of 90, but without that belt, 0 of 20, so it's a big difference. So it doesn't give you armor, it just gives you the ability to hold more armor. Alright, so a couple of cool things to point out is that there is synergy between some of these gauntlets. So for example, if I pick up this frost gauntlet and this fire gauntlet, have to see there's a cooldown on the major abilities that I can use. So quick casts. I've also got spells that I can cast once these abilities cool down. So right. So if I cast my frost ability and I cast a fireball onto that, you can see it steams up, causing damage. Now you will damage your teammates. There is friendly fire damage, your teammates and yourself. So you've got to be careful of that. I like that. I think it adds a higher level of skill to the game. So you can pick up just in other like in other Battle Royale games, you can pick up health pots and shields. And here we go, teleportation rune. Don't really want that. I'll equip that for now anyway. So yeah, basically nothing I'm going to pick up from these chests is going to be better than the starting area. Gave me all legendary stuff anyway. What was I going to say next? Yeah, shield. So I picked up that shield. You can see it in my quick item slots down there, which I can rearrange and stuff. Hold tab. Shield applies incrementally. You can see it gradually going up. 12, 14, top left or top middle of the screen. I did take some damage from that spell before, so I just took some health as well. You can see a small little shield shard gives you 20 shield. There are big shards as well. There are big potions. But obviously, going to give you back more health. Okay, here's the runes. So I wanted to show you just quickly. No, what's this one? Invisibility, featherfall. Cool. So I've picked that up, but I already picked up a rune, teleportation rune. I'll show you teleportation rune. So I can basically teleport anywhere as far as I can pull my mouse up. All I have to do is let go, and I teleport, and then there's a cooldown. This one has like 15 seconds. So that's a cool rune. It's pretty basic, and you know, you can teleport. I'm not sure if there's any little extra things you can do with that just yet. That's pretty cool. So, but I don't want to use that rune. I want to swap this one out. And you can also drag items out of your inventory to just drop them on the ground because you've only got 4 slots. Gets filled up pretty quickly. So this featherfall rune, I quite like it. It's basically throws you up into the air and you fall down slowly. But an extra thing that I just figured out accidentally is that once you Oh, I picked up the wrong rune. Oh, I picked up the invisibility rune. My bad. Let's go pick up the Featherfall rune. Okay, so I'm going to equip the Featherfall rune and get rid of that. Still has the cooldown as soon as you pick it up. Can't use it straight away. You have to wait for the cooldown. So there's different types of belts. You can see there's a legendary belt here. Max armor up. That's the one we already had. Belt of the Berserker. Oh, sorry. I didn't equip it. Yeah, cool. So Belt of the Berserker has different effects. You get 2 more rune charges, so I can use this once this thing loads. I can use it 3 times. You can see it's loading up all those uses now in the bottom left corner. I can use it 3 times before I have to wait. Okay, so it's got that little number 3 there that indicates how many uses I have left. So it's got 3 uses before I have to wait to cool down again. But anyway, so the Featherfall rune puts me up in the air like that, right? And then I fall down slowly, as such. But if I use it and then hold spacebar, I can kind of glide slowly, get a little bit more distance out of it. Now you are pretty vulnerable up in the air, so you want to make sure no one's around. But just let go of space to fall a bit quicker. You can kind of put it on, take it off, spacebar. Right, so that's pretty cool. Right. Alright, so these big domes here, giant orbs, you can access them by pressing the interact button, which is F for me at the moment. I might change my keyboard buttons, but currently it's F, and it's got a cooldown. You can see it's getting smaller, and it's just going to turn into a chest, but it's got a higher chance to drop legendary stuff and skill points. I haven't really looked at the skill tree too much yet. Apparently you can unlock these to give you access to other classes, but for example, Bulwark here, so you can regenerate armor as long as you've got armor. So it's a slow heal. Then you can level that up, and you can basically it's a regenerative. There you go. Regenerative skill tree or class. And at the last skill point, you can see their transference. Gain armor equal to 20% of damage done to target's armor. So if you're dealing in a fight and you're dealing damage out, you'll gain back armor if you're connecting. Your spells will be doing damage to their armor. I guess if they don't have any armor, it's not going to be of any benefit, but it is pretty beneficial when you first going into a battle. So you can see there, I'll use a skill point now. Hang on, I have to figure out how to use the skill points. I thought I could use... Okay, so that's gonna... Oh no, I have to click on it first, sorry. I have to choose it first, and then you can choose 2 different ones, and then it gives me that option down below. Which one do I want to level up? Do I want to level up Bulwark or Scavenger? Scavenger gives you extra items. I'll do that, so I'll just select that. So I use that skill point, and if you had 3 skill points, you could level up 3 times. So yeah, that's some of the basics for you. The last thing I want to mention is, I'll show you, is some of the synergies. I'll just quickly, that's a chest. That's what chests look like in this game, and that's where you're going to find the majority of our items. Some more armor shards. You can see there's different stuff coming out of it, so cool. Yeah, so I'll go back to the starting area and I'll pick up some of these other gauntlets. And just show you some of the other synergies that occur between different gauntlets. So I'm going to drop off first at this point in time. Oops, there was a misclick. Actually, I want to use that, so I have to wait for the cooldown. Yeah, I've just picked up a stone gauntlet, so the basic stone spell looks like that. So quick cast. Right, but if I put a firewall down, and I use my stun, I can extend that fire out. See how that leaves lingering damage. Cool, so that's another synergy that exists. Other way around, I'm not sure if you can do, because this throws a giant boulder. Can I then hit it? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hit that in midair and explode it or something like that. But, what's another one that I know? So, fire. Oops. My inventory's full. Just check that out. Fire and toxic. Where's my fire? Toxic has a synergy with a few different things. Frost will turn it into a giant boulder. But anyway, so the toxic. Let's see, toxic cloud. So you can set that on fire. It does more damage. So that was doing ticks of 4. Let's just see if I do that. Doing ticks of 1. So you can see that the fire. Oh, I'm dead. So yeah, the fire there. It did do ticks of 4. I don't know. It kept on doing ticks of 1 just then, but I'm not sure if that was a glitch. But it seemed like the fire intensified the toxic. Let's try that again. So yeah, you can even light up the basic casts. Change them there. Doesn't work the other way around though, because fire doesn't leave anything that lingers. Alright, so if I put that... Well, okay, it's doing ticks of 5 there by itself. But if I had... light it on fire... Yeah, it's doing like ticks of 20 or something like that. It's crazy. Right, so you can see how that is extremely worthwhile to combine your gauntlet, or the effects of your gauntlets, different elements if you like. So yeah, anyway, that's a quick introduction and hopefully some tips to get you going if you've just started or you're about to jump into Spellbreak. If you've got the alpha key you've just received, then these tips might help you. Also, I'm in the Oceanic area, and I jumped into a game and it was empty, so it's not really popular at the moment. And similar with the Asian servers, we could get a max of about 8 people, but luckily someone else did jump in the Oceanic, and it was a really cool dude who gave me some tips and basically answered a lot of questions in a few games that we played in the Asian server. So thank you to him, and I'll catch you next time. Enjoy.